Hey, hey, we're back at Sage Island in Aquada, the northeast corner. We got here by the aqua parks and the aqua skimmer. And yes, it's another dungeon. This one's well constructed though for a cave. We're probably going to meet some new enemies here, so I'll try to reference them when I can. Pardon the popping here, but it's another day, and my settings tend to set themselves incorrectly. But as I corrected myself in part 30, we have problems. Problems with blue dragons. Oh dear. So let's auto battle them while I get some stats. We got rays too, with nasty graw. But the dragon doesn't have as many hit points as you'd think it would. Now would you? So let me scroll near the bottom and find out that the imp only has 118 hit points. It can cast sand though, and it's pretty darn fast, so it might get it off, depending on the party. From here, you could go west or east, but you absolutely, really want to go east first, to get the 5th item, before talking to the sages. Yes, there are sages at Sage Island. That would be wise. That blue dragon? Yeah, it's called a dragon. Has great defense, and 200 hit points. You also might meet a drake or worm here. Or you might meet a swordsman with green skin. It's an ogre. No, it isn't. And it's not Shrek either. He looks like he means serious business. And he does if he can get his technique off. You don't want him to get his technique off. You want to beat him to a bloody pulp. He's a calf. You might meet his blue cousin, the Erlenmeyer, earlier, but he is worth a ton of experience, both of them. They cast sand though. You don't want to deal with sand, I'm pretty sure. And there's rumored to be a sheik in another version. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the race, besides having that somewhat nasty Zan. Well, just being undead doesn't do anything special for you. 210 hit points, decent defense, but great XP. Lousy Macedo, only 1. The dead don't need money when they're buried. Fortunately, the dragons do give out a decent amount of Maceta, not as much as my source tells me. And a royal sword. For not you, but Adon, or whoever your hero is. Is he your Dance for Evolution hero? Probably not. Also, I accidentally bought some extra royal boots which nobody can equip, except Adon. I know, that's terrible. But you notice there's a problem. Why would I want a royal sword when I have Orchil sword already equipped? Jane? On the other hand, the royal sword would sell for a lot of good money. And I don't have to buy a planar sword either. Oh dear, there's a worm and a drake. So let's all battle them. And if they get a hit off, it's a nasty foy. Also, cure with 2 slicers is pretty awesome. And my sources lied to me again. The drake does not cast foy. It casts either Zangra or Zoo. Either way, they all hit you. And to the far southeast of this dungeon, we'll find this. Wait a minute. Is that another Rin? No, it's a familiar name. It's not who you think it is, though. Yes, it is. So we better power up, just in case this guy decides to attack us. Oh dear, it's Siren. And he fought Leia. So we're getting into... Wait a minute. He's seen the light. And he's actually our ally. How nice of him. But he collapses. He could have been a nice ally. But Mew finds our last item, the Searing Shot. Seems familiar, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And one quick second while I sort this out here. Yes, I did get rid of enough escape pipes. Probably too many. And let's see how Rin does with his powerful Searing Shot. Unfortunately, it only hits one target. So you might debate about just equipping the pulse cannon for right now, since it hits multiple enemies. But just for simplicity's sake, Searing Shot. You'll also see how much damage it does. Also in this dungeon, there are a few more treasures, so let's go north from here. Since we have to go north anyway, we might as well get some of the treasures along the way. If we can't use them, at least we can sell them. Here's one of them now. A powerful Vulcan. Not powerful enough when you already have the best weapon in the game. We have the best weapons in the game. Almost. And a shield at this point. Sells for a lot of money though. And we need that money to upgrade our armor, because there are no legendary armors. There are not so legendary wraiths in here. Also, while on this path, I should get another item to the very, very far west. Can't use it, but I can sell it. I should mention these parts are short, because, well, the program I'm using can only do up to 4 gigabytes of info at a time. And I should probably be recording in a less spaceful format. Intense, that is. I could also learn to shrink the screen, but the resolution may not come out. Resolution on a Genesis game? Yeah, sure, Magma. Royal Shield. But we skipped over the stages, so let me go back a few steps, and talk with the sages. You want to make sure you have all 5 legendary weapons before you talk with the sages, or they won't flag you properly. Because if you talk with the sages, then get the Searing Shot, you won't be flagged properly for the next step. I know, in my first playthrough, I had to go all the way back to Skyhaven, found out I didn't find the magic word. Go back to Sage Island, then go back to Skyhaven a 3rd time. So, yes, thank you, that's very wise words. Excuse me, I have the legendary weapons. Like anything is gonna stop me from succeeding at defeating Dark Force. Yay! And the sages think they're so smart because they can just stand there and not get into combat. Seriously, have you guys been standing here for over 1,000 years? Thank goodness. Can you tell me what the special word is today? It is knee. The knights who say knee. What? We are not. And they, as a bonus, they give the Grants technique to Mew. She can't use it yet, though. It's a special event. And when we need to use it, we will use it. So allow me to climb out of this dungeon here real quick. Rin. Now you can use that escape pipe. And I gotta stop popping my microphone. And Back on the Oxygen we go, heading back to Skyhaven. There are two ways to get back to Skyhaven from here. A short way and a more direct but longer way. Depends on if you like traveling across a lot of lands or just one long land. So unfortunately we cannot go to Shorzuen to re-equip ourselves. Although we should probably skip by New Mota to get some better armor, if you will. Back in Frigida. Skyhaven is also in Frigida, if you remember correctly. On that famous battleship. Famous? Seriously, why are they on a flying fortress? And I'm pretty sure you know your way by now. So I'll meet you back in Skyhaven. Probably with a little bit of better armor. Because we have enough Meseta to buy one or two more pieces. And well, some of my guys still have ceramics on them. Shameful, isn't it? Could use a replacement on Lyconian too at this point. One more.